Well, welcome to the Beyond Cinema Lounge at the AFCI Pavilion in Cannes, Dr. Ahmet. As the chairman of the Ankara, Film Association, what's the most important thing for you to be here at Cannes?
Well, we are promoting the Turkish cinema here. We are, I would say, hired by the Ministry of Culture and Tourism, and we are doing it now since 5 years. So we come here with all the material. I mean, for example, this booklet is published in Turkey, and we brought thousands of it here. So we are coming with, we came this year with 960 kilos, and also we have some sponsors, Turkish companies which are based in France. So in the 10, 11 days, we are promoting our cinema. We are talking to people, networking and everything, and I think this was a good year for us.
Yeah. In terms of the Turkish government's support of Turkish film, is there anything that they could still be doing more? Do you think anything specific?
Well, you wouldn't believe, but the whole money the Turkish government has for the pre-production, development, promotion, production, everything is some 11, 12 million euros, which is, if you compare it with Germany and France, it's so little. But I always believe, John Huston once said, we can also shoot bad films, but they cost a lot of money. So you need crazy people, you need people with passion, and you need people who are ready to struggle. And these three components are very important. I mean, we are quite okay with this little support of the government. We are producing some 90 films a year, and our national box office share is 50% since 4 or 5 years. We are number 1 in Europe, I think number 5 or number 6 all over the world. I think it's okay.
Yeah, that sounds okay. So does it mean that the government is more focused on you providing funds or providing that money to filmmakers from Turkey, or in trying to attract productions from overseas?
Well, mostly since 2003, the government, the Ministry of Culture and Tourism, is promoting the Turkish filmmakers. But now they are also working on a new law, and they want to attract foreign teams to come to Turkey and shoot. And at the time being, you can only get the VAT back, which is not that easy. But till the end of the year, there will be a new law. Even there will be a promotion for the minority Turkish producers. And there are some American films now being shot in Turkey because the country is quite beautiful, and more important, it's quite cheap.
Right.
I mean, they are shooting now the new James Bond film in Istanbul. It's, I think, set 60% of the film is set in Istanbul, and it works very well. It's becoming more and more attractive. And most important thing, I will repeat, it's cheaper than other countries.
Even without the incentives?
Even without the incentives, it's cheaper, yeah.
And do they take advantage of local talent when a big production like that comes into town, or they bring everybody with them?
Well, they used to bring everyone with, but now they are also cooperating with the line producers in Turkey and looking for some casting from Turkey, and it works very well. Yeah. Because we are also very successful with these TV series we are producing in the last 10 years. They are shown now in 57 countries, and they are really big hits. And we have also the technical equipment. 10 years ago, we had maybe that little, but now we are also very well equipped.
I think also Turkey's coming into focus because it's seen as being one of the growth countries.
Well, this is something positive, but I think the most important thing is, of course, the production number of the films we produce, and also the box office share, what we are doing. And we are also doing quite well in the international festival circuit. Nuri Bilge Ceylan was here last year, Semih Kaplanoğlu was in Berlin, and we are really receiving awards, and then suddenly you are a country everyone is interested in.
It also doesn't seem like other countries, they lose their filmmakers after a while. If they have any measure of success, they move overseas somewhere. It seems like the Turkish filmmakers stay in Turkey.
Well, I mean, this happens, but we are living from our own country and from our own stories. I wouldn't think of a Turkish filmmaker who would go abroad to make a semi-American film, or I don't know. There are some co-productions, but they are based mostly in Turkey, and they are Turkish stories.
Yeah. And what of all the Turkish, or of all the films that have been shot partly in Turkey or fully in Turkey, which is your favorite?
Well,
Which do you think best represents the Turkish locations?
well, Topkapi 1963 was a good one.
It's going back a while.
It's really a very nostalgic film. I remember one of the first James Bond films, Love from Russia, something like that. It was also shot in Turkey.
From Russia with Love.
From
right?
Russia with Love,
Yeah.
with Sean Connery. And then I watched them again. This nostalgia. Istanbul was at that time less than 1 million. Now there are some 18 million people living there. It's really very nice.
And where did you come from in terms of what's your history before the Film Association? How did you get to be
Do you
where you
really
are?
want to know that?
Yeah, well, you like to know where people
I used
started.
to be a surgeon.
A surgeon?
Yeah, I studied medicine and worked 20 years as a surgeon, but film was always a passion for me. And during my surgery times, I was working at the film festivals, organizing film festivals. And 1997, I quit after 20 years. Now, since 15 years now, I'm only in film business as a programmer, producer, director, film critic, and one of my most important jobs now in the last 5 years, stand holder in Berlin and Cannes.
So maybe another James Bond film would have been more appropriate, like Dr. Zhivago or something.
Well, we will check, we will have time. But we are getting more and more popular. And it's something really very interesting. When a film is shot in Istanbul, let's say, then you get more offers. I mean, I talked to Woody Allen last year at the opening, and I said, how about shooting a film in Turkey? And he was quite positive.
Yeah.
Of course, he shot a film in Rome, and he's just traveling to
Rome,
cities.
Paris, London, Barcelona.
yeah.
So maybe Istanbul. It
Maybe
doesn't
in
seem
2-3
like it's
years,
unlikely.
I will push that a little bit more because his sister is doing the whole production, and I have quite a lot of good Jewish friends. So I will push them a little bit. Maybe he may come in 2-3 years to Istanbul to make a soft comedy about Istanbul. Why not?
If he does come, or if anybody comes to Istanbul, what's one thing that they have to do before they leave? Even though production is a busy business and they have little time to spare, what's something that they should take the time out to do while they're there?
Now, I tell everyone, instead of having a tour at the old city with Hagia Sophia and all the system and everything, just have a small boat tour through Bosphorus, which is the most beautiful thing still, and it must be good weather. During the Istanbul Film Festival, we are organizing a boat tour for our friends, and they love it. And some people leave earlier. It's always the last Friday, and they miss quite a lot. If the weather is good, you just take the boat from Kabataş and move till Ortaköy and turn back, which is really great. Of course, Topkapi Palace is something special. They have to see that, and there are some small restaurants I can recommend. Not the huge ones, they are really beautiful.
We'll point everybody in your direction to come see you when
Well,
they're there.
they have to meet me, that's very easy.
Well, thanks for spending a few minutes with us.